Let's be real, getting older doesn't mean slowing down, even if your body sometimes acts like it missed the memo. A lot of men over 60 think low energy and poor blood flow are just part of the deal. But what if that's not the full story? What if one simple kitchen combo has been quietly changing the game for men who refuse to give up their spark? I'm Dr. Olivia Sparks, and with over 10 years of hands-on experience working with people's health, especially adults over 60, I've seen some surprising results from natural solutions most folks overlook. One of them involves a powerful spice you already know, mixed with one unexpected ingredient. Stick around, because what you're about to read might completely flip what you thought was possible for men's health after 60. And yeah, this is where things get interesting. Most guys don't wake up one day and say, "Yep, today my blood flow decided to clock out." It happens slowly. Energy dips, strength fades. Things don't work the way they used to. And after 60, a lot of men just shrug and think, well, that's aging for you. But here's the twist. Aging doesn't mean your body is done. It just means it needs smarter support. That's where cloves mixed with honey come in. This combo isn't flashy. It's not a lab-made pill with a mile-long list of side effects. It's old school, natural, and surprisingly powerful. Cloves have been used for centuries to support circulation and warmth in the body. Honey, on the other hand, acts like a natural delivery system, helping nutrients absorb better and fueling the body with clean energy. When you put them together, they don't just sit there. They work as a team. Better blood flow matters more than most men realize. Blood flow is what delivers oxygen, nutrients, and energy to every part of the body. When circulation is weak, everything feels weak. When it improves, men often report feeling more alive, more steady, and more confident. Not overnight magic, but real noticeable change over time. What makes cloves special is their natural compounds that help relax blood vessels. Think of it like unclogging a slightly backed up highway. Traffic starts moving smoother. Less pressure, better flow. Honey adds another layer by supporting heart health and reducing stress on the system. Together, they help the body do what it already knows how to do, just better. Now let's talk real life. Most men over 60 aren't trying to become superheroes. They just want to feel normal again. They want stamina to get through the day. They want strength without feeling wiped out. They want their body to cooperate instead of fighting them. This is where consistency matters. A small daily habit, like using cloves with honey, can quietly support the body in the background, without drama. And here's the part nobody tells you. A lot of men feel embarrassed even talking about blood flow issues, so they stay quiet. They Google late at night. They buy stuff they don't understand. But simple solutions are often the ones that stick. No pressure, no hype, just steady support. A few years ago, I worked with a 67-year-old man named Frank who came in convinced his best days were behind him. He wasn't sick, but he wasn't thriving either. He joked about it, brushed things off, but you could tell he felt frustrated. He told me he used to wake up ready to take on the day, and now even small tasks felt like a grind. Instead of jumping straight to complicated solutions, we focused on simple changes, real food, better routines, and one old remedy he almost laughed at, cloves mixed with honey. At first, he didn't expect much. But a few weeks in, he mentioned feeling warmer, more alert, and oddly more confident. A month later, he said, "Doc, I don't know what flipped the switch, but something did." His posture changed. His mood lifted. Nothing extreme, just steady improvement. That's the thing about natural support. It doesn't scream, it whispers. And for Frank, that whisper was enough to remind him he wasn't done yet. Let's cut the noise for a second. When men cross 60, a lot of things change. But nobody really warns them about this part. Desire doesn't vanish overnight, but it can feel like it slowly slips into the background. Energy drops, confidence takes a hit, and suddenly, things that once felt natural now feel forced. Most guys don't talk about it. They joke it off or pretend it doesn't matter. But deep down, it does. Here's the real talk. Libido isn't just about desire. It's about blood flow, hormones, energy, and mindset all working together. When even one of those is off, the whole system feels stuck. That's why quick fix pills don't always deliver. They push one button and ignore the rest. Natural solutions work differently. They support the whole system, and that's where cloves and honey quietly step in. This combo isn't new, flashy, or trending on social media. It's been around for generations. Cloves are known for their warming nature and ability to wake up circulation in the body. They don't force anything, they support movement. Honey brings natural fuel, balance, and absorption. Together, they help the body feel more awake, more responsive, and more in tune. Here's what most men don't realize. Libido after 60 isn't gone. It's often just asleep. Stress, poor circulation, low energy, and routine burnout can all dull desire. When circulation improves and the body feels supported, libido often follows naturally. Not in a loud, overnight way, but in a steady, "hey, I still got it" kind of way. Cloves help by supporting healthy blood flow and reducing internal stress. When blood moves better, sensitivity improves. When sensitivity improves, confidence rises. Honey supports stamina and helps stabilize energy levels, which is huge. Because let's be honest, when a guy is exhausted all the time, desire is the last thing on his mind. Another big piece of the puzzle is mindset. Natural routines like cloves and honey don't just help physically, they change how men feel about themselves. Taking control, even in small ways, builds confidence. Confidence fuels libido. It's all connected. Now, here's where things get interesting. Many men assume libido loss is permanent. That belief alone shuts the door before anything even starts. But when the body starts responding, when energy creeps back, circulation improves, and mornings feel different, it flips a switch mentally. Men stop seeing themselves as past their prime and start realizing they're still in the game. And no, this isn't about turning back the clock to 25. That's not the goal. The goal is feeling strong, capable, and connected to your body again at the age you're in now. Cloves and honey support that kind of balance. They don't overstimulate. They don't crash you later. They work with your system, not against it. Consistency is key. This isn't a one-and-done trick. It's a daily habit that quietly supports circulation, energy, and hormonal balance. Over time, many men notice subtle but meaningful changes: better mood, more interest, more confidence. And that's usually when they realize libido was never gone. It was just buried under years of stress and neglect. The best part? There's no pressure, no expectations, no performance anxiety, just support. And when the body feels supported, it tends to respond in ways that surprise people. I once worked with a 71-year-old man named Robert who came in saying he felt flat, not sick, just disconnected from himself. He told me he still loved his partner deeply, but his drive wasn't there anymore, and that messed with his confidence. He assumed it was just age and tried to ignore it, but the frustration kept building. Instead of chasing aggressive solutions, we focused on restoring balance, sleep, movement, stress reduction, and one simple habit involving cloves and honey. At first, he didn't expect anything. A few weeks later, he casually mentioned feeling more alert and less drained by the end of the day. Then one visit, he smiled and said, "Something's waking up again." It wasn't dramatic or awkward. It was natural. He felt more connected, more confident, more himself. What changed wasn't just his body, but how he saw himself. He stopped labeling his age as a limitation and started treating it as a new phase. That shift made all the difference. Let's be honest, when strength and energy start dipping, it messes with more than just the body. It messes with pride. A lot of men over 60 don't complain out loud, but inside, they feel it. The stairs feel steeper, the day feels longer, muscles don't bounce back like they used to, and somewhere along the line, fatigue becomes the new normal. Most guys think, this is just how it is now. But here's the thing, that tired, drained feeling isn't always about age. A lot of the time, it's about what the body is missing. Strength and energy aren't just about muscles, they come from circulation, digestion, oxygen flow, and how well the body turns food into fuel. When any of those systems slow down, energy drops fast. That's where cloves mixed with honey quietly step in. This combo doesn't hype you up like caffeine or crash you later. It works behind the scenes, helping the body use what it already has more efficiently. Cloves are known for their warming and stimulating nature. They help wake up the system, especially circulation. When blood moves better, muscles get more oxygen. When muscles get more oxygen, they feel stronger and less stiff. Honey adds natural fuel. It's not processed junk energy. It's clean, steady support that the body knows how to use. Together, cloves and honey help men feel less drained and more solid throughout the day. Here's something most men don't realize. Low energy isn't always about doing too much. It's often about the body not recovering well. As men age, recovery slows down. Muscles take longer to relax. Fatigue hangs around longer. Cloves help by reducing internal stress and supporting smoother circulation, while honey helps replenish energy without overloading the system. Another big factor is digestion. If digestion is weak, even good food won't turn into real energy. Cloves have traditionally been used to support digestion, reduce bloating, and help the gut work more smoothly. When digestion improves, energy improves. It's that simple. Honey helps calm the digestive system and supports nutrient absorption, which means the body actually gets something out of the food being eaten. Now let's talk mindset for a second. When men feel weak or tired all the time, they stop trusting their bodies. They move less. They try less. That leads to even more weakness. It's a cycle. Small daily habits, like using cloves with honey, help break that cycle. When energy starts coming back, men naturally move more. When they move more, strength follows. Confidence follows. Momentum builds. This isn't about turning into a gym rat or lifting heavy weights at 6 a.m. It's about feeling capable again, feeling like your body is on your side, not fighting you. Men who support their energy naturally often report feeling steadier, more grounded, and less wiped out by everyday tasks. They don't feel supercharged. They feel normal again. And honestly, that's the real win. Another underrated benefit is consistency. Coffee gives a quick boost and then drops you off a cliff. Energy drinks are even worse. Natural support like cloves and honey doesn't spike energy, it sustains it. Men often notice fewer afternoon crashes, better endurance, and less reliance on stimulants. That alone makes a huge difference in daily life. And here's the suspenseful part most people don't expect. Strength isn't lost. It's usually just locked away. When circulation improves, digestion improves, and the body feels supported, strength starts showing up again in small ways. Carrying groceries feels easier. Standing up feels smoother. Balance improves. Those little wins stack up fast. What really surprises men is how subtle the shift feels at first. One day they realize they didn't need a nap. Another day they notice they're less sore. Then suddenly they're thinking, wait, when did this change? That's how natural support works. No fireworks, just progress. Consistency matters more than intensity. Using cloves and honey regularly sends the body a message. We're taking care of things now. Over time, the body responds. Strength feels more reliable, energy lasts longer, and men stop seeing aging as a downhill slide and start seeing it as a phase that can still feel strong and stable. I once worked with a 69-year-old man named James who told me he felt like his battery never fully charged anymore. He wasn't lazy, he was just constantly tired. He loved working in his garage, but lately even an hour wiped him out. He assumed it was age and tried to push through, which only made things worse. We focused on restoring balance instead of forcing energy. One of the habits we added was a simple routine using cloves and honey. At first, he didn't feel much. Then he noticed he wasn't as sore the next morning. A few weeks later, he said he could stay in the garage longer without feeling drained. What surprised him most wasn't the physical change. It was the mental shift. He stopped dreading activity. He felt capable again. One day he laughed and said, "I don't feel young, but I feel solid." That's when I knew the support was doing its job, not by pushing his body, but by helping it work better. Let's talk about something most men don't think about until it becomes a problem: blood circulation. It's not flashy, it doesn't get much attention, but when circulation is off, everything feels off. Cold hands, heavy legs, low energy, brain fog, weak stamina. And after 60, a lot of men start noticing these signs but don't connect the dots. They blame age, they blame stress, they blame bad sleep. But the real issue often runs deeper. Here's the truth. Good circulation is the backbone of men's health. Blood is how oxygen, nutrients, and energy get delivered to every part of the body. When blood flow slows down, the body starts running on low power mode. Nothing shuts down completely, but nothing runs at full strength either. That's when men start feeling not quite right all the time. This is where cloves with honey quietly do their thing. Cloves are known for their warming properties. They help open things up inside the body, especially blood vessels. Think of it like loosening a tight hose. Suddenly, flow improves. Less resistance, less pressure, better movement. Honey supports this process by helping the body absorb nutrients and maintain steady energy. Together, they help circulation work smoother instead of harder. What makes this combo powerful is that it doesn't force blood flow. It supports it naturally. That's a big deal. For older men, aggressive solutions can backfire. Natural support works with the body's rhythm, not against it. When circulation improves naturally, men often feel warmer, more alert, and more balanced overall. Now let's get into why circulation drops with age. Over time, blood vessels can become less flexible. Stress builds up, inflammation creeps in. The heart has to work harder to push blood through tight spaces. That's when fatigue shows up. Cloves contain natural compounds that help relax blood vessels and reduce internal tension. Honey helps calm the system and supports heart-friendly energy. Another overlooked factor is inactivity. When men feel tired, they move less. When they move less, circulation drops even more. It's a vicious cycle. Supporting circulation helps break that loop. When blood starts moving better, men feel more comfortable moving again. Movement boosts circulation even further. Momentum builds. Here's the suspenseful part most men don't expect. Circulation issues don't always feel dramatic. They feel subtle, a little stiffness, a little numbness, a little weakness. That's why they're easy to ignore. But those small signs add up. Supporting circulation early, before major problems show up, can make a huge difference in how men feel day to day. Men who support their circulation often notice better endurance, clearer thinking, and improved physical confidence. They don't feel rushed or strained doing simple things. They feel steadier, more in control. That alone changes how they show up in life. Honey plays a key role here because it helps prevent energy dips that stress the heart. Unlike sugar spikes that cause crashes, honey provides smooth, natural fuel. When the heart isn't stressed, circulation improves naturally. When circulation improves, everything downstream benefits. And let's not forget temperature. Many men over 60 complain about feeling cold more often. That's a circulation sign. When blood flow improves, warmth returns to the hands, feet, and muscles. That warmth isn't just comfort, it's a sign the body is getting what it needs. Another big win is recovery. Poor circulation slows recovery. Muscles stay sore. Fatigue lingers. Supporting blood flow helps waste products clear out faster, which means men bounce back quicker. That makes daily life feel lighter instead of exhausting. The real beauty of cloves with honey is simplicity. No complex routines, no extreme changes, just steady, daily support. Over time, the body responds. Blood flow improves, energy steadies, confidence builds. Men stop feeling like they're running on fumes and start feeling like their system is cooperating again. And once circulation improves, men often realize something powerful. They didn't lose their strength or vitality, it was just stuck behind poor flow. Free the flow, and the body remembers what to do. I once worked with a 72-year-old man named Victor who complained about always feeling cold and stiff, even in warm weather. He said his hands felt numb sometimes, and walking felt heavier than it should. Doctors told him everything looked fine, which only frustrated him more. Instead of chasing extreme fixes, we focused on circulation support. One habit we added was a simple routine with cloves and honey. At first, he didn't notice much. Then one morning, he mentioned his hands felt warmer. A few weeks later, he said walking felt smoother, like his legs weren't fighting him anymore. What surprised him most was how his mood improved. He felt calmer, more confident, less tense. One day, he smiled and said, "I feel like things are flowing again." That was the key. His body didn't need force, it needed support. Once circulation improved, everything else followed naturally. Let's get something straight right away. Turning 60 doesn't mean the game is over, it just means the rules change. A lot of men hit this stage of life and feel like their body suddenly switched to economy mode. Energy dips, recovery slows, little aches show up uninvited. And the worst part? Many guys feel like they're just supposed to accept it, no questions asked. But here's the plot twist. Most men don't actually need extreme fixes. What they need is steady, natural support that works with their body instead of trying to overpower it. That's why more and more men over 60 are turning to something simple, cloves and honey. This combo isn't about hype or chasing youth. It's about supporting the basics: circulation, digestion, energy, and balance. When those things are working smoothly, the body feels stronger, clearer, and more reliable. And reliability is everything as you get older. One of the biggest challenges men face after 60 is system overload. Years of stress, poor sleep, and processed food add up. The body isn't broken, it's just tired. Cloves help by calming internal stress and supporting circulation. Honey adds clean fuel and helps the body absorb nutrients better. Together, they help take pressure off the system. What makes this especially appealing to older men is simplicity. No complicated schedules, no long ingredient lists, no guessing games. Just a daily habit that quietly supports the body. And when support is consistent, results tend to follow. Men who use cloves and honey regularly often say they feel more balanced overall, not wired, not sluggish, just steady. That steadiness shows up in daily life. Better mornings, fewer crashes, smoother movement, clearer thinking. Those small wins add up fast. Another big reason men over 60 like natural support is trust. At this stage of life, they've seen enough trends come and go. They don't want gimmicks. They want something that feels safe, familiar, and sustainable. Cloves and honey check those boxes. There's also a mental shift that happens when men take control of their health naturally. They stop feeling like victims of aging and start feeling like participants again. That mindset alone changes everything. When men feel in control, they make better choices. When they make better choices, their health improves even more. Here's the suspenseful part most people don't talk about. Many of the issues men associate with aging aren't permanent. They're signals. Signals that the body needs support, not surrender. When circulation improves, energy improves. When digestion improves, strength improves. When balance improves, confidence improves. Cloves and honey don't promise miracles. What they offer is consistency, and consistency is powerful. Over weeks and months, the body adapts. It remembers how to function smoothly. Men start feeling less run down and more dialed in. Another underrated benefit is peace of mind. When men use natural support, they worry less about side effects or long-term risks. That peace reduces stress, which itself improves health. It's a positive loop. And let's be real, aging well isn't about chasing youth. It's about feeling comfortable in your own body, feeling strong enough, clear enough, energized enough to enjoy life without constantly negotiating with fatigue. Men over 60 who support their health naturally often say the same thing. I don't feel young, but I feel good. And honestly, that's the goal. Cloves and honey aren't a secret weapon, they're a steady companion. A reminder that the body still responds when it's treated right. And once men experience that, they stop fearing age and start respecting it. I once worked with a 74-year-old man named Harold who told me he felt like his world had slowly gotten smaller. He wasn't sick, but he avoided outings because he didn't trust his energy anymore. He hated feeling unpredictable. We focused on rebuilding trust with his body through simple habits. One of those was using cloves and honey daily. At first, nothing dramatic happened, but over time, he noticed fewer off days. He felt steadier, more consistent. One afternoon, he told me he went out with friends and didn't feel drained afterward. That was huge for him. He wasn't chasing excitement, he was chasing reliability. A few months later, he said something that stuck with me. I feel supported now. Not fixed, not young, supported, and that made him more willing to engage with life again. That's the quiet power of natural health support. It gives people their confidence back without asking them to be someone they're not. Let's wrap this up with some real talk. Getting older doesn't mean giving up. It means getting smarter about how you take care of your body. Small, natural habits can create big shifts over time, especially when you stay consistent and patient. The goal was never to chase youth or quick fixes. The goal is to feel steady, confident, and comfortable in your own skin, right where you are in life. If there's one thing I want you to remember, it's this: your body is still listening. When you support it the right way, it responds. Maybe not overnight, maybe not loudly, but steadily. And those steady changes are the ones that actually last. I'm Dr. Olivia Sparks, and with over 10 years of experience working with people's health, especially adults over 60, I've seen how simple, natural choices can help people feel more in control again. You don't need hype. You need habits that work with your body, not against it. If you found anything here helpful or eye-opening, don't just keep it to yourself. Like the video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more honest, practical health content. Stay sharp. Stay curious, and take care of yourself. You're worth it.